So all ye digital farmers, explain to me how this works.
So Farmcrowdy, when we started the concept, was getting people to come together to put money into farmers that were working across different states in the country. So now we allow people to become farmers without being on the farm, where you can go on your mobile device, or you can go on the website, farmcrowdy.com, decide between maize, rice, cassava, different farms, chicken farms, which are the ones people like to sponsor the most, and then sponsor that farm, and then the farmer gets the money through inputs, does the work he needs to do. At the end of the harvest, we sell it, and then you get your money back.
And you have been on this since 2016. Why am I envisaging that you had to navigate challenges of trying to break through the awareness roadblock and getting people interested in something that was new at that time?
Yes, like any innovation that has to design its own blue ocean strategy to get out there and do something great, you'll have that challenge of convincing people. But for us, the biggest selling point was making sure that the work we needed to do was getting done, providing updates for people, and then working with referrals. So every time a customer has a good experience, it tells 20 others. Same also applies to the farmers. It was hard convincing the farmers about how our model was going to work, but as the farmer starts improving his life, he moves from walking on the road to buying a motorbike or buying a car. The other farmers see him progressing and they want to join. That was how we were able to get the whole pool of people, from the farmers to the sponsors, to eventually get convinced about the model.
So, Onyeka, if one is really not careful, this could come up looking like an abstract ideal. So explain to you what the typical customer experience is like with Farmcrowdy.
You get on the website, or you download our mobile app, which has over 90,000 people who have done so already. And then what happens is you get on the site, you see the different farm types. And so the recent one that just happened was a ginger farm. So we have a ginger farm in Kaduna with about 3,000 farmers working there. You get on the app, you see the mobile, you see the options for you to sponsor a ginger farm. And then when you put your money through the platform, like you're buying on an Amazon or a Konga or the Jumia website, the money comes to us, and then we're able to buy the inputs, which is the seed, the fertilizer, rent the land, get things going on the farm. And then the farmer gets that input, does the work he needs to do on the farm. At the end of the cycle, or prior to the end of the cycle, we would have tidied up who's going to buy what the farmer has produced. And so at harvest, we sell with the farmer. You keep getting updates like pictures, videos, and text. You can also visit the farm if you want to. And then at the end of the cycle, we sell the harvest, pay you back your money, and then you share profit with the farmer. So
you trade with the customer's money, essentially?
Yes.
So how do you navigate challenges of, you said platform a couple of times, digital and tech?
So what we did was we designed a website, and that website made it as simple as possible. And then we allowed people to understand that beyond investing in FX or in real estate, now you can also come to our platform and sponsor a farm. We try to put all the explainer videos for people to understand exactly what they are getting themselves involved with, and made it as simple as possible for individuals to get on our platform and do what they needed to do.
And all of this is ultimately targeted towards impacting food security, not only in Nigeria, across Africa.
That is the overall goal. For us, it's just impacting on food security. I mean, for instance, when we started with poultry farms, we started with about 500-day-old chicks. In the last 2 years, we've been able to do 1.7 million chickens with a mortality rate below 4%. We've been able to cultivate over 16,000 acres of farmland. This would have been farmland that wouldn't have been used, or poultry farms that wouldn't have been chicks that wouldn't have been cultivated. But as a result of the effort from what we've gathered from the pool of people that have sponsored through our platform, now these farmers, 11,000 of them across 13 states in the country, are able to now get a livelihood, improve their income, but beyond that, boost food production in the country.
And that's from efforts on the side of Farmcrowdy. Now let's look at Embrace since 2014. To what extent have you been able to grow your customer base?
Since 2016, what has happened is we've designed a mobile app that lets people follow farms. So beyond you sponsoring the farm, you can follow a farm and then get updates about what happens on the farm. That has provided a lot of excitement for young people that want to embrace this new form of agriculture. In that regards, we've gotten over 90,000 people that have downloaded our mobile app and are now following farms, creating excitement for people to get involved in agriculture. On a farmers basis, 11,000 of them, over 11,000 of them that have worked with us. But when it comes to sponsors that have sponsored through our platform, today we're hitting north of $9 million that have come through our platform to get into those farms. And we're quite excited about this because in 2 years, having to convince people about the possibility of doing this. It's exciting that we find ourselves in the position we see today.
So Farmcrowdy has just earned an additional $1 million seed funding.
Yes.
Who's interested?
We had Cox Enterprise come back. So Cox Enterprise is a big corporate organization in the US. They invested in our previous round, and they did the follow-on round in this particular round. Techstars Ventures, or Techstars, invested in the previous round, also did another follow-on investment this round. It's also a show of confidence that these investors, like the Farmcrowdy model, see the impact we're creating and want to continue to support our work. Looking into the future, we see ourselves by Q4 this year conducting a Series A round where we'll gather even more interest from investors, whether in Japan, or investors in the US, or investors in the UK, to invest in the platform, or investors locally in Nigeria to invest in the platform to allow us scale not just in Nigeria, but to the rest of Africa, replicating this community model in other countries. Onyeka,
help me get a feel of the response that you've gotten so far from investors in Nigeria. Are they interested in sponsoring agriculture business?
When we started, it took us about 6 weeks to raise about $1,500 to $2,000 to raise the first farm we worked on.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Roughly, last week, or sorry, two weeks ago, it took us roughly about 7 days to raise close to $1 million to work on a different farm. Progress. It shows you how much progress has happened over time. The other thing is also, as people continue to get updates, as people continue to see that you can now do good while doing well. So you're making money, but somebody's life is improving.
I like that you said do good while doing well. Onyeka, this is a conversation that will definitely follow because we want to know where that money is going. Thank you for your time on the show this morning.
Thank you very much.